Hey everyone, today we're hearing from the prophet Isaiah. Comfort, oh comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and cry to her that she has served her term and her penalty is paid. She has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice cries out, in the wilderness prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be lifted up and every mountain and hill be made low. The uneven ground shall become level and the rough places a plain. Then the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all the people shall see it together. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken. See, the Lord God comes with strength, with a triumphant arm. His reward is with him, his payment before him. God will feed his flock like a shepherd. He will gather the lambs in his arms, and will carry them close to his chest, and gently lead the nursing sheep. So like most prophets, Isaiah is very up and down, a little bit literally in this case. So you have these warnings of divine consequences, but then these also promises of divine comfort. And so this part of Isaiah is this big shift towards restoration and coming out of exile. And, we still seem to be living in a bit of that, a time of exile, a time of wilderness. Maybe in a lot of ways it's not as wild as 2020 was, but in other ways this year almost feels more up and down. Right? Remember that brief moment when vaccines were widely available and before all these variants started popping up, it seemed like, this is it. Everything's good now. It's time to declare that God's comfort has come and everything's good. Well, maybe instead we should see this as another reminder that God's blessings of comfort, or whatever they are always a little bit already and not yet. That we have to often live in the tension. Everything is not fixed, but there is heavenly comfort available to us. So in the meantime, we can look to what Isaiah says provides a way out of the wilderness to level the playing field. All right, let's straighten those crooked paths that keep the least of these in the ditch. We don't do this by our own strength, right? When we try and do it that way, we end up just making things more crooked and uneven. We just switch who's on top and who's on bottom, and nothing actually changes. Instead, we have to see that peace and justice come from the strength and compassion of God. That we're all sheep who've gone astray, but God will hold us close to his chest as long as we're willing to let God hold everybody in his comfort.